And who here likes candy? Who here likes Mexican candy? All right, I have some for you guys after my speech. My parents were born in Mexico. They were born in Jalisco. They were raised there all throughout their childhood. So every time we do something in my house, it has to be the Mexican way. For example, we have a party. The banda had to be playing. Tamales being served. People drinking coronas, but I prefer horchata. And,
I'm sure you do.
And of course, Mexican candy in the piñatas. So today, I brought, as my cultural artifact, candy. This one and this one. So first of all, I'll be talking about Dulce Vero, which is the company that made these two candies. And second of all, I'm going to talk about how I was like surrounded around like candy, literally all throughout my childhood. Let's see. First of all, Dulce Vero started a store in Jalisco, where my parents were from. As soon as they started, they faced problems. There was a major drought in the 50s, which affected a lot of businesses, including the candy industry. So they forced to move, and they moved to Culaclan, and after they continued their business. And like as time passed, they like came up with new stuff, and they came up with this one, was a red candy with on a wooden stick, and this is kind of very successful. This is actually what made the company very successful. So they had a son, and that son moved back to Jalisco, and that's where he continued the tradition over there. And eventually, the whole family moved together in Jalisco, and that's where they made the bigger company. And to this day, they still continue to make candy, which they made this other one. They still good candy. Have this one too, just in case you guys like this one. And they still continue to make candy and grow. And for me, I don't know when was the first time I tried Mexican candy, but I'm pretty sure I fell in love with it. Alright, as soon as I fell in love with it. Because Mexican candy is different from American candy. I don't know, I guess Mexicans like to add spice to everything. I don't know if you guys, because my mom, she carries a little Ziploc bag with chiles that she pulls out.
So my mom.
Every time we go eat. But yeah, Mexicans like to add chile to everything, and candy was no exception. When I was smaller, it wasn't that easy to get Mexican candy. I don't know where I live, not a lot of stores sold it. So I would only get it when I would go to Mexico, or family parties, or when I go to saw meet. And I would get more than enough so I can have a little stash in my room. And eventually, there's this store that was by my school, and I walk right by it every time I go to school, and I buy a candy. Like, they're not that expensive, they're 25 cents, 2 or 25 cents. So I always had candy on me. And people saw me at school, they're like, oh, can I have them? I'm like, oh yeah, here, take one. And sometimes I only have one left, and I didn't want to give it. I didn't want to give it away. And they'll be like, oh, I'll buy it off of you. Like, all right, and then I sold it to them. So I had an idea. I was like, oh, I'm gonna start selling candy. So I sold candy from 8th grade to 12th grade. So I always had Mexican candy on me. And first I started off with bags, like little bags that they sell like at stores nearby. But then I moved up to boxes. And I had to go to LA for that because I had to get the big kinds, like quantity. And I don't know, I like selling candy because every time I go there, I would see a new candy. And of course, I had to try to make sure the customers like it. and it felt like, imagine a kid that loved candy, boxes of candy. Like, I literally had a lot of candy in my room. And it felt like heaven until like the dentist waiting room became like my second house. And I had to stop because I hated dentists. It was the worst. But it wasn't actually a bad thing because my profits grew, started making more money. But to this day, like every time I get that craving, that tingling sensation, I still have a little stash in my room that I go to. So today you guys learned about Dulce Vero, which was the company that made this candy, and how I was surrounded around candy. So if you guys have never tried Mexican candy, you guys should. Next time you go to the store, let your taste buds try something new. You won't be disappointed, I promise.